I'm Dr. Thaddeus Rajewowski, the president of the Piast Institute, a national institute for Polish and Polish-American affairs. This has been a busy month at the Piast Institute. We began the month of May with celebration, of course, of the Polish national holiday, the Polish Constitution Day, which celebrates the establishment of the Polish Constitution on May 3rd, 1791. The Polish Constitution was the second major constitution establishing a parliamentary system of government and civil rights for citizens in the world. Only the United States had an earlier constitution. The Polish Constitution predated the French Constitution by several months. The Polish Constitution shows the depth of democratic and progressive feeling in Poland at the end of the 18th century. Robert Palmer, the great American historian who wrote a magnificent study called The Age of Democratic Revolutions, said that there were only 3 countries in the world where the feelings about democratic government and civil rights were strong enough to win on their own resources. One was the United States, the second was France, and the third was Poland. The Polish experiment, unfortunately, was destroyed by the attacks of its neighbors. So this is an important event, not only in Polish history, but world history. During this month, we also hosted a representative of the Polish organization Bona Fides. This is a community organization established as part of a network of organizations called the European Community Organizing Network to help establish the habits of democracy in the post-communist countries. When communism fell, new governments were established, democratic governments, parliaments, constitutions. But one of the things that a democracy needs is the habits of democracy, the habits of participating by citizens in the affairs of the government. This was one of the things that communism discouraged. It controlled all activities from the top. So these new organizations, like Bona Fides, represented by Ms. Dagmara Kubik, are trying to teach these habits. How do we go to City Hall to complain about inadequate equipment at the playground? How do we complain about our streets not being fixed? How do we complain about abuses by local government officials? That's the kind of thing that people need in a democracy. Her visit here was very productive. We exchanged ideas, and one of the things we learned is from the new, fresh, exciting Polish experience that we ourselves could sometimes use a refresher course. And so the exchange helped us to realize how important these habits are, things that we've taken for granted in our own country. During this month also, we had the elections for the European Parliament. Piast Institute was designated by the Polish government as one of the voting places in the Midwest where Polish citizens living in the United States could vote for representatives of Poland to the European Parliament. And so we had the elections here on the 24th of May. It was a very important event, and we were delighted to help participate in this European elections process, which was going on worldwide. During May also, I and Mrs. Shinaj, our executive vice president, went to Chicago to meet with Director Joanna Kozinska-Fribis, who heads the affairs of the Polish government in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Ministerstwo Spraw Zagranicznych, for dealing with Polonia. It was an exciting meeting talking about the new programs that the Polish government is trying to help initiate to build better ties between Poland and Polonia and to help preserve our magnificent heritage here in America. Finally, the month ended with my visit to Buffalo, New York to celebrate the 70th anniversary of the founding of the Polish-American Congress. It was founded in 1944 by Polish-American organizations to lobby for the independence of Poland at the end of World War II. and ever since it has been a spokesman for Polish Americans in the political sphere. I was one of the keynote speakers, and we discussed the future of the organization as the Piast Institute, using its resources, was able to give a profile of the new Polonia that's emerging in the United States, the new generation, the Polonia of the 21st century. This is the material that the PAC and other Polish organizations need if we're going to create a new and modern Polonia. We've existed already for over 160 years, and there's no reason why we can't grow and flourish. One of the things that we do know is today in the United States, there are more people who claim Polish ancestry than ever before in American history. These are the people that we need to unite if we're going to have a strong Polonia and if we're going to have a strong Poland. Thank you.